Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com. And as we've been doing the last few Fridays, I'm going to share a few more student trades with you. I believe one of these is a loser and the other two are winners. But these are great learning opportunities, so please send your videos to me and I will share them. My risk disclosure, just to remind you that trading futures is risky, so only trade with money you can afford to lose. And always understand that this is not necessarily as easy as we make it look in these videos. Okay, this first trade is the second entry here. There's no sound on this video, so I'm just going to set it up for you. He has a channel drawn here, and there's no break of it new low the way he drew it, but it should have been drawn off this high and then off these closes, and you would have had a break in new low, and now you're working up. So I think that he was fine looking for a long here. Plus, you've got this bigger channel, and you're still looking for a retest of the high on this bigger two-tier channel. So you're still looking for prices to go up. You might have been looking for them to go lower first here, but I just don't think his channel is drawn exactly how I would draw it. I would have drawn it off the closes, and you would have had a break and a new low in place, and now you'd be trending higher. So we're trending higher. You're expecting prices to go higher, and he gets a second entry long here with a nice signal bar. So good setup, good read. Um, Again, the only thing I don't agree with is his channel here, and it's really irrelevant, but I just thought I'd point that out. So I think we're going higher here, and I think trying to read a second entry long is the exact right read on this here. So let's watch it. Looks like he's going in one tick above that signal bar with 7 contracts. And he did get triggered there. And he's out. Hadn't ticked. There it is. Now he's moved his stop to break even. I believe he gets stopped out at break even, if I remember correctly on this one. Either way, he's got 6 contracts in the bank, 4 ticks. So that's $300 minus his commissions there. So nice trade. I like that trade. That was good trade by this trader. Thanks for sharing it with us. I appreciate you doing so. Not much else I can say about this one. I set it up for you as to why he was looking for this trade and why he should be, and I agree 100% with him. So nice trade. Okay, here's another trade here. This looks like the trade that I posted this week, the live trade I took. I'm not 100% sure, but it sure looks familiar. Um, I'm not sure if this is it or not, but it really looks like it. Here's the lower high. We'll let it play out. Originally I was trying to get out down here, and I ended up moving mine up a little bit. This may not be it, but it sure looks very, very similar to it. So I can't. I'm not going to say it's it because I don't know for sure. But if it's not, it almost looks exactly like the trade I posted. So your second entry triggered up here, and then you got a lower high, and he's entering on this lower high. So let's watch this play out. Got his sell stop in there. There it goes. Moved his safety stop to 1 tick above his signal bar. Looks like he's going for 1 point on the scalp and 3 points on the runner. This may not be the same trade because there was more room than 3 points on the one I took the other day. I ended up taking 3 points, but I could have gotten more like 5 or 6, maybe even 7. I can't remember exactly. But the trade looked very similar to this. I like this trade. I don't have any problem with this trade. All right, he's got his scalp and he's moved to break even. And he's got that runner sitting down there at 3 points. So let's see if he picks that up or not. I have not watched this video all the way through, so I don't know if he picked it up or not. But I like this trade. Like I said, it looks very similar to the one I took. And he got stopped out. He did not get a runner on that one. So anyway, looks like he went in with 5 and scalped out with 4 and kept a runner. And so he's using good math there. It's got his 80-20 split. So I like that trade. Hate he didn't get that runner, but that's the way it goes. If you try to play it conservative, you're gonna get stopped out at break even or break even plus ones most of the times. But when you get a big one that takes off like this one, you'll catch it. And if you want to risk 1 or 2 of your scalps out of your, he had 4 there, so let's just say he wanted to risk 1 or 2 of them. Maybe he leaves his stop back a little further to see if maybe he can get a runner going there. It's just, that's what I did on that trade that I took. So if you haven't seen that, go watch it. It was, I think I posted that on Wednesday, not yesterday, but Wednesday, I believe. And this week's gone by so fast, I'm not even sure. But anyway, nice trade by this trader. I like the trade, and I like going for a runner there as well. So the fact you didn't get it's nothing. I'd go for a runner there as well. Nice trade. Thanks for sharing it. Okay, next trade here. Looks like he's going to go long on a failed break lower. Now, if I mark this, it would be green because you're almost always better off to wait on the high or low when you break out like this. So I believe this might be one of the ones that's a loser. Let's let it play out. I have not watched the video, but one of them I downloaded that I wanted to play. He said it was a loser, and this could be it. I'm not 100% sure, but let's play it. And there it is. He went long 1 tick above the signal bar. He should move this to 1 tick below here. Maybe this is not a loser. I don't know, but I want to say it is. Either way, I would mark that green at best right there. I mean, it looks like you've probably still got a downtrend going here. I probably would have drawn that right across there. That's going to be your first, maybe close outside. I'm not even sure that would close outside, but just barely if it did. So best case scenario, I would mark this one green. Well, that's a tough one because he came real close. Of course, we're only trying to get 4 ticks, so it's usually, if you're reading the chart properly, it's usually not real hard to get 4 ticks. And that's one reason we don't worry so much about risk-reward ratio. If you're winning at a high clip, you don't have, the more important thing is where your stop is located than it is how big it is. I'm going to speed this one along because this one's kind of, yeah, it looks like, yeah, and you see he got, let's just let that last bit play out. You can see he did get stopped out there. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. I can see why he liked it. There's been some support there, but if you notice, most of the support was up here higher and that went a little lower. And so you don't even really have you might say you got a double test right there. Let me stop this. You might say there's a double test, but that didn't even really get down as low. So you don't have a lot of, what you want to see is your test all consistent. Like up here, that's pretty consistent across there. You got one breakout, but every other turn down is rather consistent and closes back inside that. Here, you got that line across there, but it's not that consistent. You only have really two closes inside that touch that. Maybe if you come all the way back over to here, all this was much higher, and you can see it's kind of dropped down, and now it's probably dropping down again. So there's some clues there. The main thing is I don't believe this trend channel is right. I think it's more like right down through here, um, right across there. So I know this is a higher high, but still, you want this stuff to fit nicely. I'm not. That might even be a, um, a smaller channel, but there's still one running right down through here, and that's going to be your first close outside. Then it makes a new low right here. So even then, I'd still, even if you got a good signal bar again, I'd mark it green at best. So anyway, thanks for sharing it with us. I can see why you liked it. You might take a chance on. I mean, that's one that you might mark green and take a chance on. This is why they're green, because sometimes they will fail. Yeah, I'm just trying to study the chart a little bit more, see if I see anything else. The main thing is that these are not all consistent lows. I would say it's more right through there. And so that makes all of this below the support level. And that's the way I see that, looking at this chart anyway. But anyway, tough one on that one. And yeah, just be the thing I try to tell people on these tight ranges is they're relatively consistent if prices are turning at the same spot every time. But if it's a little here, it's higher here, and then see how that one closes, and then if the next one closes down here like that, and then the next one closes back up higher, you want to see them all touch the same line in reverse. And then on most breakouts are going to fail, but you got to be careful when you enter it. If you take that first breakout, sometimes you'll get trapped because it's going to make another push down to make another low, and not much you can do about it. That's why we mark those green in most cases. So, I mean, this is not a trade that I would say, hey, you just really screwed up. I mean, anybody could make this. Even an experienced trader could say, hey, I'm going to take that chance because most of the time it's going to fail and go right back up in. And probably 60 or 70% of the time he'll be right. But 25 to 35% of the time it might fail. So that's why we mark it green and not blue. So anyway, appreciate everybody sharing your trades with me. If you want to share one with me, losers are winners. If you'd like some feedback on a loser, please send it to me. I'll try to get it. And if I don't play it right away, don't think I'm not going to play it because I get 2 or 3 or 4 a week, and they start to build up. So, but I keep going from the back and kind of trying to work forward. Unless a lot of times people send me the same trade, so I may not play them both the same day. I might, so you might get skipped ahead one week and then picked back up the next week if that's the case. So yeah, if I don't play it right away, it doesn't mean I won't. Please send them to me. I think these are good learning opportunities, and the big thing is just a great opportunity to see somebody else see exactly what I do every day, and to prove to you I'm not the only one that does it, and it can do it. I think it's good for people to see this stuff. So anyway, thanks for sharing. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll be back again Monday. I'm done for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.